My husband is cheating on me. It's all because of the heart transplant. Before the surgery, my husband and I used to be inseparable. Now he does not come home at all.
This isn't good. He's physically not strong enough for emotional turbulence. If this ends badly, he may not survive it. He needs a stable environment. It's not you. It's me. I can't continue with this marriage anymore. When I am in love with someone else, it's not you. It's me.
Meg wanted to believe that Rayan was just confused, and that he was confusing being grateful for feelings of love. She still loved her husband. She fought hard for him to live. Before the heart transplant, doctors had said Rayan had 3 months to live. He was fortunately rescued by the accident which took Mrs. Park's husband's life. The doctor had warned that even though the heart transplant had been a success, Rayan might not live long if he is not in a stable environment. He told her to avoid sudden changes, too much excitement or sad feelings. When Meg remembered this, she went to see the doctor and explained that Rayan was now having an affair with Mrs. Park. The doctor did say that it has not yet been scientifically proven that a heart can send past memories to the brain. Rayan was just grateful and overwhelmed by the attention and care Mrs. Park showed him. He referred them to a psychologist. Back home, Meg tried to explain to Rayan what the doctor had said, but Rayan could have none of that. Meg watched the love of her life slip away, heart first. At first, Meg tried to be understanding. She told herself it was just grief. Mrs. Park was grieving and Rayan was confused. This was all temporary. "I'm not losing him," she whispered to herself. "He's just confused." Meg would cry herself to sleep. Rayan was not hiding the affair anymore. He was literally living with Mrs. Park. Meg remembered the doctor's warning 2 years ago, right after the transplant. The heart is stable, but the patient needs calm, not chaos. Extreme emotions, especially heartbreak, can kill him. When Meg discovered the full extent of Rayan's involvement with Ms. Park, when he began sleeping at her house, missing dinners, no longer even pretending, Meg did the hardest thing she'd ever done. She went to see Ms. Park. They met at a quiet cafe, and the tension between them could have cut a stone. "I came," Meg said, her voice flat but steady, "because I want him to live." Ms. Park looked up, startled. Meg held up a hand. "Please, don't say sorry. Just listen." She explained the doctor's concerns, how Rayan needed emotional stability, how even a broken heart could end him, and how Ms. Park, for all the heartbreak she brought, had also brought peace. "I fought for his life once," Meg said softly. "Maybe it's time I fight differently." Tears welled in Ms. Park's eyes. "You're giving him away?" "I'm giving him a chance," Meg said. So they agreed that Rayan would move in with Ms. Park that weekend. For 2 years, Meg lived in the background of the man she still loved. They didn't speak often, but she heard through the grapevine that he was happy. He laughed more. He visited Luke's favorite fishing spot, tried new recipes, and even started painting. And then one evening the call came. Rayan's heart had started failing. Again. At the hospital, Meg walked into the room. He looked so pale, but when he saw her, his lips trembled. His fingers twitched, searching for hers. She took his hand. "I didn't think you'd come," he whispered. "Of course I came," she said, biting back a sob. "I'm sorry, Meg," he murmured, eyes brimming. "I got lost. I confused love with gratitude. I didn't mean to hurt you." Meg's tears broke free. She pressed her forehead to his. "You are my first love," he said, "and my last. Just stay with me," she pleaded. "Please, just hold on." Outside, Miss Park was sobbing on the bench, having realized the irreversible damage she had caused. She didn't dare enter. She had Rayan from Meg once. And now, she feared she'd lose him, and Luke, for good. But Rayan didn't make it through the surgery. He died smiling, knowing that Meg had forgiven him. The days after were a blur of funerals, flowers, and silence. Then one day, Ms. Park came to Meg's door. Her face was hollow, her grief silent and shaking. "I didn't mean for it to end like this," she said. I thought I was holding on to Luke, but I was holding too tight. Meg nodded. There were no villains here, only survivors of impossible heartbreak. I forgive you, Meg said. You gave him good days, that matters. They cried together, hugged for the first time, and then together they did something unexpected. They built a center called the Echo Center, for people with heart disease, for families, for the grieving, for those left behind. Every year, on the anniversary of Rayon's passing, Meg and Ms. Park meet at the center's garden. They sit on the bench and talk about Luke, about Rayon, about the strange, twisted path love sometimes takes. I think I still hear his heartbeat, somewhere, said Ms. Park with a soft smile. Meg replies, maybe love doesn't die. It just finds a new way to live.